All right, guys, the next thing we want to look at is a cylinder head inspection to check for the certain areas. There's about 5 different things that we check for on this guy here. Number one, we're going to check for the valve stem tips. When you take the head off, you'll check the tips at the top, see if they're chamfered, or make sure that there's no wear and tear on the tips, which will be causing some potential problems on our valve stem. We're going to look at the valve springs. Okay, you'll check the valve springs, and we can check for installed height and free length, which we'll be looking at doing a little bit later on in another demo. We're checking the valve fillets inside here, at the bottom area where the valve is. And if we have any problems within this fillet area here, we'll potentially look at, put it this way, better, the valve fillet area inside here to make sure there's no crack streaks or wear and tear in between there. It's just a visual inspection. Of course, we check all gasket surfaces. And once we take, and we can actually check inside here to see if we can check for a valve overhang. So we're looking at severe wear of the margin. What is the margin? Margin is a pretty important part. The margin is between the head of the valve and the face of the valve. It's that one little section here. And on page 218, on figure 1018, you can see where that margin is. Now, the purpose of that margin is to help us with being able to withstand a lot of combustion temperature heat. You know, we can get anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Without that margin in here, this valve would burn severely and cause some serious compression issues. So we're looking for a valve overhang to see if the valve face goes embedded inside the seat over here. And any one of these, and this one here looks like it's got some deep valve overhang on this particular valve right here. So those are the inspection points that we look at on the cylinder head. It's kind of something that you want to do when you have a cylinder head off. You want to check that. Those are important. Okay, that should be it for this demo.